Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to yoga class. My name is Caitlin. If you haven't practiced with me before, welcome. We are going to get started with our 45-minute practice today by coming to lie in a supine position on our back, taking our meditation pose with our knees starting up to the sky. If it feels nice and comfortable to keep the knees just up towards the sky, soles of the feet firmly planted on the mat, that's great. Otherwise, we can heel toe, the feet as wide as the mat, maybe scooching the heels closer to the hips and letting the knees gently fall towards the other, using the support of our body to find some release. We start to tap into our breathing, inhaling in through the nose, down into the belly. Using this position to our advantage to let gravity help our belly grow nice and heavy. Maybe scooping the tailbone slightly to let all corners of the low back meet with the mat. So that we are setting up our bodies to be supportive of the breath. With the eyes closed, we're able to feel our way through what is the right position for our arms. So maybe right now you've got them wide at your side, down by the hips. But maybe you want to play around with bringing them to a wide T, palms up to the sky. Maybe keeping elbows in line with the shoulders, you bend at the elbows, sending the fingertips towards the top of the mat, beyond the head, cactus arms. Any movement that feels inviting, comfortable, and supportive of the breath. Inhaling in through the nose, down into the belly. It shouldn't feel forceful or beyond a challenge, but we are working the breath, so breathing in a way that's a little more focused than our natural rhythm. Attempting to fill the lungs and completely empty them on the exhale. This may not be true if you're watching this in the future, but today, during this live practice, we have a summer thunderstorm. I can hear the rain outside. Thunder just rolled through the sky. Take a moment with your eyes closed to notice your surroundings. What can you hear, maybe smell? Feel underneath you, maybe carpet or the hardwood floor. And then we'll turn that same observant gesture to our own bodies. What can you feel in your own body? Any sensations, movements, twitches, tension, softness, tingling. Maybe just the awareness of the skin in contact with the mat or in contact with your clothes. There's no wrong answers when we're observing our bodies, when we're observing anything. We're simply being mindful and aware of what is without a desire to change or label it. Taking a bit longer in our meditation today to make sure that we are fully tapping in, dropping in, giving a greater opportunity to become aware, grow our relationship with our body before asking it to be active and supportive for us. So let's start to make the exhales longer than the inhales. Maybe letting the belly grow even heavier, the shoulders even softer with each exhale. We're here for 3 more breath cycles. Big inhale. Slow exhale. Big inhale. Slow exhale. Last one. Inhale. Slow exhale. Excellent. Gently, we're going to separate the knees. So feet stay as wide as the yoga mat, but knees separate, pointing back up to the sky. As we use our exhale to drop both knees over to the left side of the mat. Exhale draws you through center as we drop the knees over to the right. Exhale through center, take it again over to the left. Exhale through center takes you over to the right. You may feel your feet start to descend away from the hips a little bit with the movement. That's okay. Exhale, we're coming back through center over to the left, and here we will pause. We're letting gravity work in the left knee, and in the right knee, we are actively reaching towards the earth. Stay light and open in the chest. Both shoulders stay down to the mat. Exhale, drawing both knees through center. We take them over to the right. Gravity working in the right knee, actively reaching down with the left. Exhale, draws both knees through center as we heel toe, the feet back in line with the hips, lifting either one knee at a time or both together, knees up towards the chest. We interlace the fingers around the shins, gently squeezing the knees towards the face. Once you have a comfortable position with the hands and the legs, bring an awareness to the upper body, to the shoulders. You can feel the full width of the shoulder blades in contact with the mat. Both shoulders are pinned down to the earth. Chest is open, belly's heavy. One more inhale. And on the exhale, we let go of the fingers, keeping one hand on their respective knee, starting to widen the knees, keeping big toes together. So we've got like an elevated reclined cobbler's pose. We're going to run the hands down the front of both shins, reaching over the ankles, maybe grabbing the outside of the feet. We start to make our way into a happy baby. So big inhale, exhale, we start to shine the soles and the hamstrings up towards the earth. Ankles are right above the knees. Bring a heaviness into the knees, reaching them down towards the earth, tailbones reaching out towards the front of the mat. Both shoulders are growing heavy, pinning down to the earth. You can always use a strap here as an arm extender. You can always do one leg at a time, or maybe just grabbing the ankles or the hamstrings behind the knees. One more inhale. Exhale, we're coming out the way we came. So first we're bringing the big toes together, dropping the heels towards the pelvis, hands run over the front of the ankles, front of the shins to the knees, before we gently drop the soles down to the earth. Left sole reaches towards, left sole comes to the earth. We reach the heel back towards the hip as much as feels comfortable. Right leg, we lift, ankle comes across the left thigh just above the knee, figure 4 shape. If this feels good and feels comfortable in your body, we will stay here. Otherwise, our next movement will be on an exhale, lifting the left foot off the ground, shin comes parallel with the mat. Taking a few breaths here to feel out the body, recognize what it's telling you. And if this feels like enough, we'll stay here. Our next move would be to interlace the fingers behind the hamstrings on the exhale, drawing the left knee towards the chest. We're active in the right toes, drawing them towards the right shin, protecting the knee. With each exhale, you may notice more space that you're creating for yourself. So feel free to draw the knee a little closer to the chest as you create more room. You can also use the right elbow at the inside of the right thigh with a gentle pressure to exaggerate any sensations in the outside of the right hip. Big inhale. Exhale gently. We release the fingertips, letting the left sole come down to the earth. And then we draw the right knee right on top of the left knee. So like we're sitting at our desk cross-legged. Exhale, we're going to drop both knees over to the right side of the mat. We should feel this gentle pressure and rolling effect in the outside of the right hip, the right glute, but then also the weight of the right leg, exaggerating the stretch in the outside of the left hip. Exhale draws us up through center as we unravel to take it to the other side. So right sole drops, we inch the heel as close to the hip as possible, or as is comfortable. Belly grows nice and heavy to stabilize us. Getting into position, we lift the left ankle, drawing it over the right thigh just above the knee. Taking a few minutes here, maybe applying a gentle pressure to the left leg, testing the waters, listening to our body's response. Our next exhale, we lift the right leg, shin becomes parallel with the mat, figure 4 shape. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we even bring the right hand to hold the left foot. Next exhale, we interlace the fingers behind the right hamstring, drawing the right knee towards the chest. Noticing how this side may feel different. If they're not already, let's bring an awareness to the arms and rotate the elbow creases up towards the ceiling, helping to open the chest, keeping a lift and lightness, drawing the shoulders down to the earth. Remember, nothing that we do in our bodies should feel like a punishment. So if it feels this way and is a struggle, back off. Go back to the previous position where we're not interlacing the fingers behind the hamstrings, or even drop the sole all the way down to the earth. Moving in this way and taking care of our bodies should be an act of softness, gentleness, love, not ever punishment. Big inhale. Exhale gently. We release the fingers, letting the right foot drop down to the mat. We let the left leg slide. Closer contact with the right knee to knee, like we're sitting at a desk. And then we drop both legs, both knees over to the left side of the mat. Exhale draws you back through center. We unravel the legs. This time we're going to keep knees together, arches together as we drop both knees over to the left and roll onto our side. Fetal position just for one breath. And then we start to roll all the way onto our stomach, prone position, as we take a moment of rest. One more big inhale and a long exhale, letting the blood settle as we've flipped our body. Arms come right underneath our shoulder, or excuse me, hands come right underneath our shoulders. Forehead kisses down to the mat. We've got the elbows tucked tight to the side body. Shoulders are pulling down away from the ears. Feet are hip width apart. We're pressing down firmly through the tops of the feet. Knees are engaged. Pelvis is tucked slightly towards the earth, firming the glutes but not squeezing them. We stay for an inhale. Exhale, we gently start to peel the forehead, chest, abdomen off the ground as we press into the fingertips, starting to straighten the arms. Maybe you only come into baby cobra here. Maybe you come into cobra. Maybe you straighten the arms all the way, high cobra. Either way, we're here for 2 breaths. We're light and lifted in the chest so that we're not compressing in the low back. Exhale, gently lower abdomen, chest, and forehead. Inhale. We're rolling through again. Cobra, baby cobra, high cobra. Feeling the expand of the abdomen. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale. Exhale, rolling your way, pressing your way up to cobra. Shoulder blades are pinching together, opening the chest wide. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we curl the toes under. Exhale, we're pressing our way up to tabletop position. When we get there, we adjust to make sure that we're in the alignment that we want. Wrists are right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, gaze is straight down. Belly button's drawn back towards the spine, protecting the low back. So we've got this nice long line from crown all the way to tail. Inhale, we lift the tail, drop the belly, open the chest, pressing away from the yoga mat. Exhale, we round through, tucking the tail, curling it towards the belly button as much as possible, dropping the crown. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, we round through. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, round through. Inhale draws you to tabletop positions. We bring the big toes together. Knees come as wide as the yoga mat. We start to sink the hips down onto the heels. We're going to thread the needle before we take our child's pose. So with chest elevated, we draw the right arm underneath the left armpit, dropping down right shoulder, right ear to the mat. Left arm can be reaching out towards the front edge of the mat. Maybe you bring the left hand Palm face down in front of the face, 90-degree angle at the elbow. Maybe you bring the left hand to the small of the low back, or even wrapping around to the top of the right thigh. One more inhale. Exhale, we press our way up and unravel to take it to the other side. Left arm drops underneath the right. Noticing what feels different on this side, the good and the quote bad, the different. Exhale, we press into the right hand, unraveling. Both arms reach long towards the front of the mat as we sink the belly, chest, and forehead down to the earth. Letting the hips grow is so heavy. With each inhale, we extend out through the crown. Tailbone reaches out to the back edge of the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, we press into the tops of the feet, drawing ourselves back up to our table position. Knees come underneath the hips. We curl the toes, stay for the inhale. Exhale, hips are going up high for our downward facing dog. Feel free to take whatever movement feels good here. Maybe some hip sways, maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Maybe you keep a nice deep bend in the knees today. We're here for one more inhale. And on the exhale, we're stepping our way up, feet to hands, meeting in a forward fold. Crown shines down to the earth. Maybe we start to sway gently from side to side. And we'll come back to center. Inhale rolls us up to mountain. Arms come with us up overhead, palms kiss together, and then flip externally. Arms drop wide at the sides before interlacing fingers behind the tail. We scoop the shoulders, reach the fingers down towards the earth. Chest is open. Big inhale, gaze is lifted. Exhale, we bend the knees, start to bend at the hips as we fold forward. Chest is open. Crown is the last thing to drop. Fingers lift up away from the body. Big inhale. Exhale, we release the fingers, letting them swoop down to the feet before rolling our way back up. Arms coming with us again, up overhead, palms kissed together, hands flip externally, dropping again behind the tail, interlacing, maybe opposite thumb on top this time, shoulders loop, and drop down. Big inhale. Exhale, we bend at the knees, starting to drape forward. Exhale, fingers release as they drop down to the feet. Inhale lifts us up halfway, figure 7 shape with the body. Exhale, we lower, fingertips come down to the mat. We step the left foot back and then drop the back knee, flipping the foot. Gaze comes forward, chest is forward. We're in a low lunge. We're light on the fingers. We're sending the breath down into the front of the left hip. Inhale. Exhale, we're lifting the hips up and back, drawing the toes of the right foot up towards the ceiling. Chest can stay lifted here. Gaze is forward, or if you feel like bowing to the body today, you definitely can. Exhale, we're gonna roll right through that right foot, coming back to our lunge. One more inhale here. We're really letting everything settle with some deep belly breathing. Exhale, we drop the palms, framing the right foot. We lift the back leg, drawing the right foot back to meet the left. We find ourselves in plank. Inhale. Exhale, we're lowering halfway, maybe knees to the ground first. And then we drop all the way down, forehead kisses. Inhale, exhale, we press our way up to cobra. Here for one more breath cycle. Exhale, gently lower, elbows stay tight to the side body. Forehead kisses, toes curl. Exhale presses us up. Let's stay gentle, pressing up to tabletop position, curling the toes before sending the hips up to downward facing dog. Maybe letting the heels grow a little heavier here. Inhale. Exhale, we step left foot to left thumb, dropping the right knee, flipping the right foot. We're in our low lunge on the other side. We're pressing down firmly through the front foot, arches lifted, firmly through the back foot. We drop the belly, open the chest, gaze is forward, long line from crown all the way to tail. Exhale, we lift the hips up and back, left toes reach up towards the ceiling. Maybe staying here, maybe bowing forehead and chest to the body. Exhale, we roll through the left foot, coming back to our low lunge. Inhale. At the bottom of your exhale, we drop the palms, lift the back foot. This time, back foot is coming up to meet the front in our forward fold. Inhale rolls you up to mountain, palms kiss together, up overhead. Before descending at the heart space for one breath cycle, big inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. We take this sequence one more time. Palms flip externally wide at the sides before interlacing fingers behind the tail. We loop the shoulders, drawing the fingers down away from us. Chest is open, gaze is lifted. Big inhale. Exhale, we bend the knees, bending at the hips. We start to drape belly to thighs. Chest is open before shining the crown towards the earth. Fingers lift away from the body. Exhale, we gently release the fingers down to the feet before rolling our way back up to mountain. Arms come wide up overhead, palms kiss together. Before flipping externally to descend the way they came, wide at the sides, interlacing behind the hips, opposite thumb on top this time. Shoulders loop, fingers draw down towards the earth. Big inhale, gaze is lifted, chest is open. Exhale, we bend the knees, starting to drape the belly. Chest, crown down towards the earth. Exhale, we release the fingers gently with control, letting them float down to hit the feet before inhaling, halfway lift, figure 7 shape. Exhale, we fold, fingertips come down to the mat. This time we step just the right foot back, dropping the back knee. Low lunge. Exhale, hips come up and over that midline, drawing the left toes up towards the ceiling. Exhale rolls you through as we come back to our low lunge. Bottom of the exhale, we drop the hands, lift the back knee, left foot comes back to meet the right. We're in plank. Bottom of the exhale, we drop the knees and start to lower all the way down onto the belly. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. Forehead kisses. Big inhale. Exhale presses us up to cobra. Exhale, gently we lower. Inhale. Exhale, we curl the toes, pressing our way up to tabletop before letting the hips rise up to downward facing dog. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. As we drop the back foot, flipping, or back knee, flipping the back foot. Low lunge. Exhale, hips come up and over, right toes reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we roll through the right foot, coming back to our low lunge. Bottom of the exhale, we drop the palms. We lift the back leg, drawing it up to meet the right in our forward fold. Big inhale, fingertips drop right in front of the toes as we step the right foot back. We do not drop the back knee, but instead we're going to lift the left toes. Weight comes into the left heel as we start to pivot both feet, toes pointed towards the long edge of the left side of the mat. Widen your stance as much as you need to. We draw the toes slightly towards the midline, so heels are pointed slightly away from us. We've got pressure in the outside of the foot. So we're pressing to the outer edge of the foot, arches lifted. Palms come down to the mat if they reach. Otherwise, you can stay up on the fingertips, or maybe you bring a block or some sort of structure to bring the earth up to you. Otherwise, we will drop the crown towards the earth, wide-legged forward fold. The palms are on the earth. We're attempting to keep elbows right above the wrists, so we're not splaying out elbows at an angle here. Bending at the hips, we're dropping belly towards the thighs. One more inhale. Exhale. We rise just up onto the fingertips so that we can heel toe the feet closer to the midline until the heels are pointing towards the midline. Toes are pointing away from the body. On your exhale, we'll, with our hands on the earth for support, gently start to guide the hips right in between the heels. Maybe you keep the hands flat on the earth and you rock gently side to side. Maybe you bring a rolled towel or blanket up underneath the heels for support. Elevation, building the earth up to you. Whatever your version of your yogi squat is today, we'll inhale down into the belly. Lifting the chest, extending the tail down towards the earth. One more inhale. On the exhale, we'll use our hands to guide us down onto our bum. When we get there, we draw the left heel towards the front of the right glute, so just underneath the right leg. Right leg is going to wrap up and over to the outside of the left thigh, toes pointing forward. We hook the left elbow around the right knee, finding a gentle twist. Maybe dropping the right hand behind you or keeping it wrapped around the left forearm. Either way, we're drawing the belly button towards the top of the right thigh, right knee towards the left shoulder. We're active in the left toes, drawing towards the shin, using the outside of the left foot for our foundation. One more inhale. Exhale, we gently unravel, taking it to the other side. Left foot comes underneath the left leg, heel to glute as we wrap the left leg over. The right foot comes to the outside of the right thigh. We hook the elbow around the left knee, finding our twist on the other side. Noticing how this side feels different. Maybe, like me, it's tighter than the other side. And like we talked about at the beginning of practice, that is just an observation, not a judgment. Two more breath cycles here. Big inhale. Long exhale. Last one. Gently, we will unravel, coming into a comfortable cross-legged position. We sit up nice and tall, hands on the knees, or one hand on the heart, one on the belly, or hands together at the heart space. Let's drop the chin to the chest and take one last collective breath together. Big inhale. Long exhale. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thank yourselves for showing up. It is one of the most difficult things that we can do. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and you take as much rest as you need or that your schedule will allow today, because sometimes that's how the day goes. And I will see you next time.